Karnataka goes to poll next year and an extremely polarizing issue has gripped at least 4 cities in the state. Picturization of Savarkar's life during yesterday's Independence Day celebrations triggered clashes from Shivamogga to Chikmagaluru to Tumkur and Mangaluru. But things came to a head in Shivamogga, where Muslim groups objected to the display of Savarkar's posters and replaced them with the banners and posters of Tipu Sultan. The incident led to clashes in which one man was stabbed. The ruling BJP has accused the STPI worker for instigating the violence. Incidentally, his wife is linked to the Congress. That has armed the BJP to point in Congress's direction for this bloodied controversy. The state, on the other hand, faces charges of using such polarizing issues to consolidate votes ahead of next year's elections. So who is keeping Karnataka on the edge? I'm going across straight to the debate, and I want to ask this question to Ratan Sharda ji. Ratan Sharda ji, Savarkar anathema that comes to the Congress party and others who have grown up on the anti-Savarkar platform. Today, what we've seen in Karnataka, is that really a result of polarization ahead of elections? Who do you blame?
Navika, it's very sad that Congress has continuously played the pro-Muslim anti-Hindu card and created a Hindu-hate environment in Karnataka when these things started. Has it owned up? No. Today, what does he say, Mr. Siddaramaiah? Why was Savarkar poster put in Muslim area? What is Muslim area? Pray tell me. Is India, or India secular state has different Pakistans within its own territory? Every district has a Pakistan its own territory. How can you use the word that Savarkar was displayed in Muslim areas? And this is the first time. This is deliberately this word has been used by Congress and other secular parties time and again. And what did Savarkar say, just to quote him? He said, Hindu Rashtra, every community, every religious person will have same rights. There will be no privileges. All of them follow the same constitution. How does it affect any Muslim in a bad way? Now coming to the other issue, this veto power of certain community leaders on the society, what will be displayed, what will be said, has been in place since 1921, since Mopla. That Mopla brings me to the issue why Tipu has been lionized as a hero with every kind of possibility to and all. What is Tipu's qualification? Can I ask anybody? Tipu's regime in 70 years was responsible for stopping of Diwali in Iyengar's homes in Melekot, where 800 people were butchered on Narak Chaturdashi. In Malabar riots, 8,000 temples were razed, only 2 were left. 30,000 Barbarians were butchered as per Tipu's own word. And then Christian and Hindu people were tied to elephant legs and torn to pieces. Those Christians who refused to change were hanged. You want me to...
Syed Aslam Pasha of the JDS is raising his hand, contradicting you, Ratan Sharda ji. Syed Aslam Pasha, is anything that Dr. Ratan Sharda has said, is anything away from factual position that he is quoting?
To take war on India. So
Absolutely, he's factually incorrect. He's factually incorrect. I just want to say that we unequivocally condemn any form of violence. Sir, now can I speak now? Thank you, sir. Ratan Sharda ji, thank you so much. Navika, I just want to tell you, we unequivocally condemn any form of violence. Right? Having said that, it is the BJP government on the last 4 years, they have failed to maintain the law and order in the state. Karnataka has been a peaceful state. Karnataka is known for peace and brotherhood. For the last 1.5 to 2 years, we have seen the entire state on boil. We have seen what happened in February 20, where Harsha was killed in Shivamogga. We have seen what happened in Mangaluru, where 3 people were killed, right? Whether it is Masood, Praveen or Fazil, all of these people, it is the failure of law and order. And let me tell you very frankly, Navika,
okay, failure of law and order, and I will ask Mr. Samir Kagalkar to answer that question, but I want to ask you straightforward, simple, straightforward question, Syed Aslam Pasha. I only want to ask you, is it banned to put out a poster of Savarkar in Karnataka? Is it banned? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
So the debate is over.
Not. In the similar way, I want to answer Ratan Sharda ji. Sir, Tipu Sultan has attained the martyrdom fighting against the British. Tipu Sultan has attained the martyrdom fighting against the British. He should know that.
No. Forget that. Is it wrong to put out a poster of Savarkar in Karnataka?
Why
is
should
it
we
banned?
forget?
Is it against
Navika,
the Constitution? Is it against the law? You know, Samir Kagalkar, I want to ask
absolutely
you.
It is not.
I want to ask you, why is Mr. Syed Aslam Pasha of the JDS on the defensive? Why is the Congress, calling this as provocation? And why are questions being raised about the BJP's handling of the law and order situation? I want to ask you, sir, ahead of the elections, is the formula of polarization your only formula for Karnataka's elections?
Thanks, Navika, for having me on the show. But I take very strong objection to the fact that you're asking, is the polarization the strategy for Karnataka election? And that definitely never was, either will be a policy of the party. If anything, the Prime Minister has been repeatedly making statements about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. He's been taking people across communities, across with the party, with the nation. The women, the Muslim women of UP have been predominantly, overwhelmingly voting for the BJP. There is no way that we would want any community, any individual to be left untouched by the nationalistic power. So that being the case, polarization, if anything, becomes a strategy for the Congress. Congress has nothing to offer. It has a leadership that has failed. A person from Amethi has to run all the way up to Wayanad. So why? All the way from Amethi to Wayanad. I mean, if this is the kind of a leadership, and you have a Siddaramaiah who is here taking away the cases, removing the cases against SDPI and PFI, and you have a DK Shivkumar who's calling them their brothers and they can do anything and everything in the world. They didn't have a word of concern for their own parties, Dalit MLAs out being arsed.
No. So Lokesh Jindal, I want to ask you, can you justify the statement made by former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, the senior tall leader who at this moment is Mr. Rahul Gandhi's choice for being the chief ministerial face, or so it seemed after his birthday celebration rallies, when he says, why are you putting up Savarkar pictures in Muslim areas? I want to ask you, Mr. Jindal, are we going to now make different areas, this 2 square kilometers is Hindu area, that 2 square kilometers is Christian area, another 2 square kilometers will be Muslim areas? Is that how we are going to earmark places in different states?
Navika, I saw the poster whereby Savarkar was placed next to
Answer the question on Mr. Siddaramaiah's statement first and then.
Mr. Siddaramaiah was absolutely right. Now, when you're talking about Savarkar, when he was arrested, the first clemency he issued in 1911. After that, he went on for the second clemency in 1913. He begged for another clemency in 1917.
So in Muslim areas, even if I were to agree that what you are saying about Savarkar is right, which I don't, I want to ask you, does that justify questioning why Savarkar's poster is being put up in a Muslim area? Ratan Sharda, has Mr. Lokesh Jindal lost all sense of logic?
Didn't ask for clemency, but here we have Dr. V.D. Savarkar, who had begged for clemency not once, twice, but 4 times.
Can I speak now, Mr. Jindal? When
Sir, please let me complete, sir. Please do not interrupt.
No, I'm running short of time. Lokesh Jindal, please allow Ratan Sharda to rebut you. Ratan Sharda.
Since he has opened the issue of clemency, does he know how many revolutionists came out with clemency? Because that is the norm. And does he know that Mr. Nehru was within a day so scared of the jail in Nabha that his father had to put an apology and take him out of the jail? Was it better than what everybody else did? Savarkar spent
Sir,
11 years in
what
Kalapani.
Savarkar
Has
did
anyone dared
when
to
in
do that?
Ratnagiri
Has
jail,
anyone done
he
it?
met
So
Nathuram Godse,
do not
and he
bring
was
this
also
topic up.
accused as the
Question is
co-conspirator
whether
for
Savarkar
Gandhi's
is acceptable
assassination in
as a
1948.
national hero or
Isn't
not.
that correct?
For us, he is. All you read
Sir,
his
you
books
please tell me,
before putting
isn't-
fingers.
didn't
And I will tell you,
V.D.
and
Savarkar
you
meet
your
Nathuram
Jairam
Godse
Ramesh,
in
today
Siberia
Savarkar
Ratnagiri
is
jail,
too nature
and he
theory.
was
What
also
is Sir
the
Syed Ahmad
co-accused
Khan?
in the
So
assassination of
Congress
Mahatma
wants to
Gandhi.
excuse
Tell
Sir
me the
Syed
fact.
Ahmad Khan from two nation theory and put the blame on Savarkar. That is your
Sir,
history.
Syed Ahmad Khan
That is
also
the way
said
you
Hindus
defame
and
people.
Muslims are
Well,
That they defame
I
Buddhism.
want to leave you viewers with only one question. Those who say that free speech is dead in the Modi era, what will they say about Mr. Siddaramaiah, who says that you can't put up a poster of Veer Savarkar in a Muslim area? Is that our definition of a free India? And that too described by a tall Congress leader? Is that acceptable? It's a question the Congress will need to introspect on. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the NewsHour. And that's all on the NewsHour tonight, viewers. Good night. Be safe.